Welcome in, my math party people. Coach Anderson here, and in this video I'm going to show you two example problems for unit rates. So I know we've done problems before where we've had, cost per item and things like that, but what's going to make these unique is that if you know how to solve these, you won't get tricked when we add that extra layer of difficulty. So go ahead, watch till the end, and as always, if you support what we do, we appreciate you. Just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. That way we can go ahead and keep making problems for people like you. So let's go ahead and get started, my party people. Here we go. First one's up. As always, my first piece of advice is to read the question. So here it says, what is the cost per individual pastry? What does that mean? Well, just like we read it, we want to know how much it costs, the price, for one individual. That means one pastry. So right here, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say blank dollars for one pastry. All right, sounds good. Now that we have that in our heads, we can better assess and really filter through the information that we see. So here we go, let's write the information down. A local bakery sells assorted pastry boxes for $18.75 each. Each box contains 3 trays, and each tray holds 5 pastries. What is the cost per individual pastry? All right, sounds good. So let's understand and really break that down to really feel confident in what we're about to do. So we know that the box is $18.75 each. So box equals $18.75. Perfect. Then it says each box contains 3 trays. So this is where some folks might get confused. Some folks might immediately think, okay, we got 3 trays and 5 pastries. You might believe that the first thing you need to do is $18.75 divided by 5. Because you see, hey, the amount of money divided by the number of pastries, you get the cost per pastry. Close, but not quite, my party people. And this is because, well, guess what? It doesn't contain just 5 pastries. That's how much one tray holds. So what does that mean? Well, we have 3 trays. So first we're gonna need to figure out, hey, look, what's the cost, not for the box, but for one tray? Then once we know the cost of one tray, we can find out the cost of one pastry. So essentially what we're gonna do is take the box here, divide it by 3 to get the cost of one tray, then divide whatever number that is by 5 to get the cost of one pastry. Let me work it out for you so you can see where I'm going with this. I got you. So here we go, $18.75 right here, and let me zoom on in. We're gonna divide that by 3, so I'll just move this over here, draw my little box, and right there. So 3 goes into 1, it doesn't, but it goes into 18 6 times. That's gonna be nice and clean with a 0. So then we bring that 7 down, and we ask ourselves how many times does 3 go into 7, and that'll be 2. There we go, 3 times 2 is 6, leaving 1 behind. Then we drop the 5, 3 goes into 15 5 times. And there we are, my party people. That's gonna be $6.25. Now, be careful, because you see right there, that answer choice, it's gonna be tempting. It's gonna be tempting to select that answer, right? So you have to understand what that $6.25 means. What this means is this is the cost of one tray, not one pastry, one tray. Again, let me just make sure you understand. The box is $18.75. There's 3 trays in one box. So I divided by 3 to see how much just one tray costs. Now that we have the cost of one tray, well, how do we get one pastry? And that's where this piece of information comes in. Each tray holds 5 pastries. So we'll divide the tray by 5 so we can see not the cost of 5 pastries, but the cost of 1. Again, one tray is the same as 5 pastries. So we'll divide by 5 to get the cost of 1. So let's do that right over here. 5 going into $6.25, nice and easy. 5 goes into 6 one time, giving us 1 left over, drop that 2. Then we have 5 goes into 12, that'll be twice. Subtract 10, leaves the 2, drop the 5. 5 goes into 25, that'll end up being 5 times. And there we go. That is the cost of one pastry. So my party people, do you see a little better here? And feel free to rewind if you need to, but do you see how, hey, we have got to understand what the goal of the question is first before we try to get into, diving into the numbers and calculating and rushing the process, because the answer is not C, but it's actually B. Now, before we get into the next question, my party people, remember, if you're taking the ASVAB, it can be difficult. It can be confusing. So make sure to sign up for my free ASVAB classes. Again, they're free, 2 hours every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I would love to have you in the class. That way I can help you raise your score and get the job you want. I know it can be confusing. It can be frustrating. So don't wait. Go ahead, click the link in my bio or the description of this video. That way you can sign up, again, for free and get the score you want and the job you deserve. I got you, my party people. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Here we are. Let's take care of problem number 2. So here it asks, what is the price of a single dining chair? All right, so remember, reading the question first, it's gonna give us a great advantage because we know what we're looking for. There's a lot of chaos going on up here, and we don't want to feel confused. We don't want to feel any less confident than we already do. So there it is. We want one single dining chair. Keep that in mind as we go and look through the information. So a furniture store offers a bulk deal on dining chairs. They sell a set of chairs for $432. Let me write that down nice and easy. So a set of chairs right here, that's going to be $432. Up next, it says each set contains 4 boxes and each box has 3 chairs inside. Okay, so right here, what I'm going to say is, again, this is going to be equal to 4 boxes. And in each box, that's 3 chairs. So each box equals 3 chairs. So, like in the previous question, you may have noticed that I said, okay, cool, let's figure out one tray, then figure out one pastry. But here's another approach that we can take that can probably make this a lot faster for you. So here, what you'll see is, okay, we know that we have 4 boxes and every box has 3 chairs. How many chairs is that? How many chairs is that? If we have 4 boxes with 3 chairs each, that's just a quick multiplication, because if we have 4 boxes times 3 chairs in each box, so 3 chairs per box, that's going to give us 12 total chairs right there. That's 12 total chairs in the entire set. So once we do that, we won't actually have to divide twice. We just need to divide once. So instead of dividing by 4, then dividing by 3 to get all the way down to 1 chair, we know now that this entire set has 12 chairs. And now all we got to do is zoom on in here and divide the 432 by 12. That way, when we divide by the 12 chairs, we'll get the price of just 1 chair, which again, that was the goal. That was the goal the entire time. So here we go. 12 can't go into 4, but it does go into 43. 12 goes into 43 how many times? That's going to be 3 times. 3 times 12 is 36, and that's what we'll subtract, leaving 7 behind. Then we drop the 2, and then we ask ourselves, how many times does 12 go into 72? And that will end up being what, my party people? That'll be 6. Nice and easy. And it's a clean division, and we are done. So there we go. $36 for 1 chair. And notice how we can do that even faster than the first time around. I love seeing that, right? There you go. Answer is B, and we are done. So like I said, my party people, truly enjoy having you on this channel. If you would be so kind, please make sure to like this video, comment on it, and then subscribe or follow this channel. That way, more people that need help just like you can get that help, and we can all succeed together. I love you all, my party people, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.